what is going on with this El Salvador thing? Like, this is pretty
Yeah.
disturbing.
Well, I want us to be grounded in the fact that we know that we're in a constitutional crisis. There are a lot of folks that would say, well, what does that mean? A constitutional crisis is happening anytime one of the co equal branches of government, there's legislative, there's judicial, and there's executive. So any of those branches defies the other one, right? So the Trump administration has been regularly defying the judicial branch. They've tweeted about it. We talk about it on our show that's called Native Land Pod. We have gone in about how we know we are at multiple levels of a constitutional crisis. This is the first court order, right? Supreme Court is the latest court order that they are choosing to openly defy. It's like my mom when she's being she's not listening to us, she'll say okay and then do what she wants to do. That is by definition a constitutional crisis when you say okay and then do whatever it is that you want to do. So I think that we have to understand that. Now, there are a lot of folks who may say, well, what does that have to do with me? Well, it has everything to do with you because there's something called Miranda rights, right? That's a
Mhm.
constitutional protection. There's something called equal protection that our folks fought for. That is a constitutional protection. There's free speech. There's the right to protest, all of these things, the right to assemble, all of these things that are constitutional protections. If they're saying we are defying the Constitution, everything that makes you free, even if we know there are varying degrees of freedom in this country, those are all up for grabs. And so I just finished a live podcast earlier before this interview where I was talking about what it means to tap into our humanity in this moment because we are so driven by borders now that we will forget someone's humanity, we'll turn a blind eye to their suffering if they're across a border, wherever that border might be. It might be Mexico, Central America, it could be across the ocean in the continent, right? It could be in Ukraine, wherever it is where you said, you know what, I got too much of my stuff to deal with. I can't even pay attention to yours. That is also a crisis. That's a
Yeah.
humanitarian crisis. So anytime where our convictions no longer allow us to see and want to aid the suffering of somebody else, we have a problem. And I think that that is where we are. If it doesn't rise to, a viral moment on social media, people don't care.